all we gotta do is win. So if they sleep on you, tuck them in. Meet me at the top, if you bought, I'll drop my pen. So many stars in the making, thank you, sing. Eyes on the prize, I say passionate. I got the sauce like Diana, vision like Matheson. They say patience is a virtue, so I went around the world and back again. Now NSL be on the map, no more imagining, it's happening.
A sparkling evening for some West Coast action in the Northern Super League. Vancouver Rise FC hosting the Montreal Roses. It's their fourth meeting of the season, but the first time they are battling at Swangard Stadium here in Season 2. And we are in the dog days of summer, the perfect time for Bark at the Park and picture-perfect arrivals. That's Annabout and just the sweetest pup. So much goodness in store. Hello and welcome to NSL Soccer, presented by BMO, the official bank of the Northern Super League. I'm Daniela Ponticelli, alongside Jessica Lisi, former Canadian Youth International. Now, these are two teams that are coming off of losses, and losses in which they did not score, which for Montreal, it's the first time all season they hadn't found the back of the net.
Yeah, it's a bit of a tough one for them. They've had a really great start to the season, Daniela. They're a team that has all the quality in the world, and now it's about refining those little simple details. You can see that pass just not quite as precise as it needs to be. Can they be better in those moments? Can they create more from a pass like that? And you see here, Charlotte Bilbao, she drives in the middle of the park. She recognizes that the sun is in D'Angelo's face, so she tries it, but really not much in it that's going to test D'Angelo. A bit wasteful from her. This is a perfect example here, Daniela, of making a decision when you're in that back three. Is one going to step on Kaylee Hunter and the other two drop, or are all three of you going to drop? They did neither, and they got punished for it. This here is an example of a poor touch, letting them down. Chloe Minas just getting caught up in her feet. She looks to recover, ends up fouling Rowe, and ends up getting her second yellow, which kicks her out of the game with that red card. Not what Montreal needed to end that match.
And so they'll be looking at the leadership of Charlotte Bilbao, a player who, by the way, head coach Robert Rossitoy told us played her best game in their colors on Thursday.
I mean, she's fantastic. She's a great leader for them, both vocally and what she does on the pitch. She helps elevate those around her. But her ability to dictate the tempo and really keep her team connected are going to be massive qualities that need to show today.
One of 6 Montreal players who have started all 14 matches for tonight's starting 11. Lori Thibault is in for Chloe Minas, as just said. She was given a red card last match. And on the bench, we will see possibly Montreal's newest signing. They announced today Haitian international Andrea Amandine Pierre-Louis, who hails from Montreal. We caught up with her earlier. Amandine, welcome to the Northern Super League. What was it like getting the news that you'll be playing pro for your home team?
It was amazing. Seriously, when I got the opportunity, I jumped on it right away. It always been a dream of mine to play at home, in front of family, in front of friends and everyone. Obviously, being away from home since I'm 18, basically, coming back home, playing professional is a dream come true.
Well, you are on the road today, but the Roses have been in the top 2 through the first half of the season. What are you hoping to bring now to this club that has a really strong identity and a winning mentality?
Yeah, I mean, I hope I bring experience. Obviously, I'm very vocal on the field. I can make a difference. So hopefully I'm just here to help the team make sure we can win this league this year. And obviously this league is growing, so I know it's going to be not easy, but I'm just here to support my team and just add on experience, and yeah.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your time. A strong team getting stronger, but then you look at Vancouver. They've had such a quick turnaround, 4 days since they last played at home in a 1-0 loss to Halifax. Just this team, the story has simply been that they've been inconsistent in their performances.
Yeah, inconsistency has really been the attribute that we have covered for Vancouver time and time again this season, whether that's within the same game or that's from match to match. But against AFC Toronto, they had a phenomenal start, right? They were able to get 3 goals right off the bat. But this goal right here, Annabout does well. It comes from Jesta Filippo into Quinn, who gets a great ball across. Another opportunity here to see what Quinn can do. Perfectly weighted ball into Jesta Filippo, who gets up and doesn't hesitate into the back of the net with her head. We know that she shines in those moments. But then when you look at their last matchup, Danielle, against Halifax, there were moments they needed to be cleaner. They needed to be sharper, and they needed to be more clinical. That was an example of a pass that was in the right area, but can they be more precise? And here, the decision-making to go back across to a comfortable right foot is not what was needed. Can they go left? Can they strike and create something more dangerous?
And Tori Tumeth has been a player asked to step up, and she's been doing really well, all things considered. She'll have a tough challenge tonight.
She certainly will. We know that Montreal is a team that has a lot of firepower up top. They're going to put them on their heels. Tori Tumeth has been a great leader so far this season. She's shown what she can do on both sides of the ball, obviously scoring in their last match against AFC Toronto. So I do think that she's going to play a key role.
Getting her third start against the Roses this season. Tonight, starting 11, Quinn is unavailable, so Nikki Stanton is in after not playing Saturday. One player, though, who's also having a strong season, Anais Larby. She's getting her 7th start of the campaign against this tough opponent. She joined us before the match. Anais, Montreal has scored first and in the first half in all 3 meetings with your team this season. What is the plan then tonight to change that trend?
Honestly, we haven't been thinking about what they're good at. I mean, we're thinking more about what we're good at and focusing on our team. Obviously, not to get scored in the first half is always a goal in every game against any team. So, yeah, we're just trying to focus on ourselves and get the win at home.
Well, to that point, your team has been really strong on set pieces, less consistent in open play. So how are you personally hoping to contribute to a more attacking threat?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, trying to get on the ball more, help my team be able to turn as a midfielder. That's really important. Set plays are important, but I think scoring in open play is definitely a goal for us, and we'll try our best for this game.
Thank you so much. This is the second match of Week 15 in the NSL. Montreal Roses firmly in second place, although AFC Toronto creeping up, whereas Vancouver just outside of the playoff picture right now, but could jump ahead with a big 3-point victory. Well, who will strike first? Montreal has scored first and quickly in all 3 previous meetings with Vancouver. What will happen on the West Coast? Stay with us. Kickoff is just ahead.
Watching dough rise always fills me with inspiration.
Don't ever look at my savings account. The dough doesn't rise.
BMO has 2 simple ingredients to make your savings rise. Great interest rates and no monthly fees.
Yeah, that would do it all right.
Plus, get a cash bonus for opening a checking and savings account.
So BMO helps your savings grow bigger faster.
Like a triple dose of yeast.
You're hired.
What? No, I wasn't looking for it.
Yes, chef. Yes, chef.
Yes, chef.
BMO.
First game. First whistle. First goal. First jersey. First autograph. First favorite player. First away game. First big win. First time thinking, that's gonna be me. Firsts help us move forward together. Toyota, founding partner of the first professional women's soccer league in Canada.
For the big, for the small, the short, and the tall. Peacemakers, risk takers, for the optimists, pessimists, exhibitionists, for long distance love, for introverts and extroverts, for the thinkers and the doers, for old friends. Coca-Cola, for refreshing moments, shared together.
A beautiful evening at Swangard Stadium. A great crowd as well for this Vancouver Rise home match. And it was just 4 days ago that they were here taking on Halifax. Didn't go their way. They're now taking on an opponent that has beaten them twice this season, have scored in every first half. And so it will be a tough one in which they call on their depth. But Jess Lisi, when we look at a special player for Montreal, we're thinking of Lisa Paczurski, formerly of the Vancouver Rise, formerly, of course, a player for that head coach Enya Heiner-Moller, who's looking to get her team back on track and also looking to pull on the experience of last season where they were below, the playoff picture for a while. And then they were able to come through, and that's a champion right there in Lisa Pechersky and the Rise.
Yeah, she's a special player, and she's somebody that is such a creator. So she's definitely going to be massive and key today in helping unlock this Vancouver back line.
She had a goal and an assist in the last matches for Vancouver against Montreal last season. Their 2 wins in that inaugural campaign. But right now it's about the present and a very hungry Roses team looking to stay firmly second place in the standings. They have been there or higher this season, but never lower. Whereas Vancouver has dipped to 6th place and then as high as 3rd. Consistency will be a big theme of this match too. It will be a tough test as they're trying to gel, and of course they're also missing some of their key pieces. We'll get to all of that here. The sun behind the backs of Montreal, co-captain Megan Sauvé. Sauvé has been a steadfast leader and one of those 6 Montreal players who've started every match as Vancouver get their first touches. Montreal, a team yet to lose on the road this season. 4 wins and 2 draws. They've won 3 of their last 5. Vancouver has won 2 of their last 5. As we see Bilbao, and a good touch from Lucy Capadona.
One of the things that Coach Anya Heiner-Moller mentioned to us, Daniela, was that she knew that this Montreal team has that aggressiveness in them, whether that is in their high press, it's the way that they attack but also defend, and you can see how suffocating they are. But one of their goals today for Vancouver is to be able to play through that and play around it. They want to deal with it, and you can see there they did a decent job to be able to get around and get a corner kick out of it. So this is a big opportunity for them. We know how dangerous they can be on set pieces.
We spoke to Ularbi just before the match, and here she is to deliver. Beautiful placement, threatening, Lopez with the goal! And Vancouver gets out ahead in front of Montreal for the first time this season in the first half.
Second goal of the season for Lopez. She's been called on, and she has certainly stepped up when it matters. Great delivery into the box by Ularbi, but again, we know how dangerous this Vancouver Rise side is, and they contest the first ball, but it's that second ball that Lopez does so well to read, puts her body behind it, and just strikes it home right through the crowd. Karpenko didn't even see it coming. It's a great finish and a great start for the Rise.
Anna Karpenko, who has started in all 14 matches and has a great record against Vancouver. She played in all their meetings last season as well. And for Anaïs Ularbi, I mean, what a corner, beautifully delivered.
That hunger in the box is something that Vancouver has always had, especially on those set pieces. They're not afraid of aerial challenges. DiFilippo, you see her initially go up to contest that ball. She is somebody that is going to be up there every single time. But I would definitely limit set pieces if I was Montreal.
Boychuk to Mimi Alidou, who certainly kept Toronto busy. She didn't get a shot on target, but Alidou did have 30-plus touches in her NSL debut last match. Contact from behind, that's Nikki Stanton.
It sort of just comes with the territory when you're a player of Mimi Alidou's caliber who's coming into this league. Everybody knows who she is, what she can do. So you want to limit her. Every team knows that. It's a part of their game plan heading in. They want to be tight. They want to throw her off her game. And that's what we're going to see again today from Vancouver without a doubt.
Alidou from Montreal, Quebec, acquired from the Portland Thorns of the NWSL. As Charlotte Bilbao appears to be readying for this kick. Lisa Pechersky is there as well. And Bilbao, But an immediate whistle. As we take a look at our officials today, referee Renzo Villanova, first assistant referee Stephanie Fortin, and second assistant referee Heather Lloyd, fourth official Alan Rouche. Vancouver with the first goal in the 3rd minute. Here's a chance to equalize. Can the Roses deliver on a set piece? A header defensively by Camila Reyes. Player who did not play the Roses in their last meeting. Of course, that will lead to a corner here for Bilbao.
A great opportunity for Montreal to find the equalizer so early on.
They have never not scored in the first half against Vancouver this season. Ball rolls out. Bennett gets a touch. Bennett, who has scored in every meeting with the Rise. Look to her to get going. She's still second in the Golden Boot race with 7 goals. Vancouver in their After Dark home kit. Montreal Roses in their white shirts with roses on the sleeves. Take a look at head coach Robert Rosatoyu. He's been very pleased with his team's performances. Of course, not what he wanted in a 2-0 loss last week, but still, great response from his team. A game that was 0-0 at the half.
But he also mentioned that that was just a part of it, and there's going to be those moments where you're going to have to grow from those and come into the next game calm, cool, and collected, and just continue to move forward and deal with the challenges that are ahead of you. As you mentioned, Daniela, it was the first time all year that they hadn't scored in the matchup that they were in, so that's something that they're heading into this with a goal. They're going to test this Vancouver side with their attack.
Coming into this match, Montreal had 11 goals to Vancouver's 4 in those 3 games. It's exactly the start the Rise wanted. Roses, it was Bilbao trying to strike and create inside the box, but still kept to the outside. DeFilippo in on that tackle. She's down, plays on. Paczerski in her first return to Swangard Stadium. She's played her former team 3 times. DeFilippo still down. Play is on and the header goes just wide. And a very tough scene right now in Vancouver.
Already so many injuries for this Vancouver Rise side, and you see DeFilippo, oh my goodness, she comes back to apply that back pressure, but as Charlotte Bilbao follows through with her pass, she ends up going down hard on DeFilippo's ankle.
This is the team's leading scorer, and more than that, of course, just an incredible presence. She really helps carry this team and is part of their energy and what they can bring when they play to their best. Early on here in this midweek clash, you see Anna Bout having a discussion there, but here's Bilbao and there's DeFilippo.
It's just that follow through as she goes to land Bilbao. She catches the ankle of DeFilippo. That's a tough one. You can see her ankle just give out underneath her.
DeFilippo has had a goal in each of the last 2 meetings with Montreal this season. She had a big equalizer in the last match and then has had the last 2 game-winning goals against the Roses, including, of course, the one this season, but also last. Good scene in that Jessica is on her own feet and leaving the pitch on her own power. Of course, we'll take a look and keep an eye out for her. Such a competitor through and through. The game will play on. We see Morgan McAslin, and you know, we talk about consistency, Jess, and goalkeeping was, especially at the start of the season, tough for the Rise, but Morgan McAslin has now had 7 starts. This is her 8th, and she is getting a second go here against the Roses, but all 3 of their keepers have played Montreal.
Well, I think she's done really well, right? And it's about that competition aspect of it. It's good to have that competition. Healthy competition in these environments is what you need to continue to push yourself. And McCaslin's obviously the one that's coming out on top right now with the performances that she has been having. But as you said, we've seen both Tynan and Wolf play in these matches as well. All 3 strong competitors.
And it was Wolf that helped them to their first win over the Roses 3-2 back in May. That was week 6. A lot has changed since then. Seto over to Ali Du, who gets knocked off the ball by Lopez. Lopez, the goal scorer in this match, and then she gets tackled. A big physical play from Maite Lopez, just 19 years of age. Good news for Jessica DeFilippo and, of course, the Vancouver Rise. She's back out. Josie Longhurst was warming up just in case. And number 11 is back. She'd like to keep her goal streak alive against the Roses. Pachurski getting cut back. Now Bennett trying to get a touch on it. Out at the far sideline. When you look at the 11 goals Montreal has put on Vancouver, it's really been the triple Bs that have come through in Bennett, Boychuk, and Badu. And of course, Evelyn Badu is with Ghana and actually playing tonight in the West Africa Cup of Nations. Or sorry, the Women's Africa Cup of Nations. As the ball goes wide.
We mentioned the aggressiveness from this Montreal side on both sides of the ball. Tanya Boychuk is somebody that embodies everything you want in a player that is on your team. I've played with her, and she is a teammate that you look over and you know that she's going to get the job done. If you need her to run through a brick wall, Tanya Boychuk is up for it. So it's not a surprise that Tanya Boychuk continues to shine in this league, but that's just an example. She's aware, she has the IQ to be able to read that play and apply the pressure when it's needed and cause a really close opportunity.
5 goals for Boychuk this campaign, including 3 actually against Vancouver, because she had a brace. The times that she has scored, the Roses have won against Vancouver this season. An early 1-girl lead, fast out of the gates after not scoring against Halifax just 4 days ago on this very pitch. Montreal.
It's well read there from Owasik.
Swangard half the pitch in shade. It is mostly sunny. 22 degrees Celsius with a very light wind out of the south-southwest, 8 kilometers per hour.
Sounds like some great football weather, Daniela.
Oh, sounds absolutely perfect. And that crowd is ready to go. The crowd, by the way, with humans and dogs in attendance. This is Bark at the Park right now. Boychuk for options. Alidou back to Boychuk, a little give and go! And in the back of the net, Lisa Pachurski makes her mark at Swangard, back against her former team.
I mean, what a fantastic team goal. You see the work ethic of Tanya Boychuk to start that. Nice little give and go there with Alidou, and then Lisa Pachurski doing everything she can to make sure she gets something on that ball. We'll see another look at it here, but just a nice little give and go there. Boychuk looks up, plays a great ball in, and Lisa Pachurski sliding, body on the line. That was not getting by her, and she made sure to find the back of the net. I know that must have felt great, especially against your former team.
And it is her first goal against the Rise as a member of the Montreal Roses. In fact, the last time these teams played at Swangard, and you have to go back to last season, it was also a Lisa Pachurski goal. So, something about this place. Home always feels great. Of course, it's no longer home, but so much familiarity, and better than that, it really was a team goal, Jess, and now we're all even. Vancouver has not been able to head into a halftime with Montreal this season with a lead. Let's see if that can change today.
Bennett coming from an offside position.
Run up on the far side. Karpenko with a good read. Karpenko with that goal conceded today has conceded 14 total through her 14 starts. She has 5 clean sheets as well. Sitting at a near 75% save percentage. A team with 3 losses on the season, and none of them have come on the road. I like this play on Pink Pony Club.
There's always some great cheers here.
Okay, what more could you ask for on a beautiful Wednesday night? The best summer weather and a competitive start to this one.
Well, and both these teams have really spoken about the fact that they want to start off on the right foot. Who doesn't, right? But it seems pretty common sense to say that, but I do think that we've seen just how important it is to really get that first goal and to be able to make sure that you're staying in the game, that you're turned on from that first minute, because in those moments where you're not consistent, where there's moments where you're not recovering from getting scored on, it's something that Coach Heiner Moeller mentioned to us, how her team responds in those moments after being scored on is massive, and that can help dictate how the rest of the match goes.
They had a great outing in Toronto recently and a great play here. Dangerous, they score! Just like that, Anaïs Ularbi. She set up the first goal and then delivers the second to retake the lead. Her 3rd goal of the season.
She's been quite a rising star for them this season, whether she's contributing on set pieces, whether she's finding the back of the net herself, or just with her work ethic and what she has been bringing to this Rise side. But you see DiFilippo doing what she does best, which is fighting for that ball. And then a nice little cutback from Lopez. That's exactly what was needed. And Ularbi is exactly where she needs to be. Nice little clean finish by Karpenko. Not much she could do on that.
Hails from Algeria. Is having herself a great season and just adding to it, and maybe she was fired up. I did ask her, hey, how about that open play? What are you able to do to, further that attack? And look at that, comes out an assist and a goal already.
Right, and it's been great to see because that is something that we spoke about, Daniela. They've struggled in creation through open play despite them being great on set pieces and those crosses. They've found so much success on aerial play, but through the run of play, they haven't quite been precise. They haven't been finding the back of the net as much as they could be with the chances that they've been creating. So we're seeing a very different Vancouver side so far early on in this match, which is exactly what they need.
Paczerski, one who could easily set up a dangerous chance. So we see Haley Whitaker on the run. Whitaker, who has the most, or check that, had her first NSL goal and first NSL assist against Vancouver. And Anaïs Ularbi talked about her goal, but that assist, her first in the NSL. And Anna Karpenko, only time she's allowed more than one goal, or conceded rather more than one goal to Vancouver. It was a 3-1 win for the Rise. They were held without a goal in the first meeting, 4-0, and then last time out it was 5-1, and it was a huge second half onslaught. And While Lopez laid the body earlier, Bilbo's contact will get called.
Bilbo looking to pressure and apply that back pressure, but she ends up going right through Lopez.
You have to think too, Montreal missing the presence of Chloe Minas, a player that has started every match prior and of course picked up those 2 bookings leading to a red card. Had to leave the game. They were down a player. Some discussion there. Set up for this kick. Reyes to Filippo. To Filippo. It's high. Nice look all the same, and creating these chances, Jess.
Well, we know that DeFilippo does have the range to strike from there. That's why she's trying it. So it's not a bad idea, but she doesn't finish her follow through. She kind of stops her foot in the process, leans back just a bit.
Oh, very dangerous, and Karpenko comes well out. Oh my, I was waiting for that to find the back of the net.
Certainly looked like it from this angle, Daniela.
Anna Karpenko doing what she needed to do, becoming well out, and so that freed up an opportunity. Anna Bout, who's, again, had a very strong campaign, the only Vancouver player who has started every match. So their consistency woes have also been prominent in their starting 11s, having change, and we're looking to settle that down as players return.
Montreal struggling to play out of the back right now with the presence of Lopez and DeFilippo right there.
They're working it up the near side. Coming in on the right, Boychuk. Back to Bilbo. Vancouver making it difficult to find the spacing. Boychuk trying to chase it down.
Vancouver with a really great start so far, even defensively, the defensive organization, you can see how tight they are between their lines and within their lines. And when you looked at the starting 11, Daniela, we spoke about it, there's so many big names that are missing, so many leaders that really help keep this team connected and find that cohesion on the pitch. So they've really had to call on the depth of young players and players who maybe don't get as many minutes typically when everybody is healthy. But so far, these players have been stepping up. They've been doing exactly what they need to do, and that's something that Coach Heiner Muller mentioned, right? She said, yep, we're having to call on players who maybe are younger and aren't getting as many minutes, but they've done great so far.
And some of these young players, of course, from Vancouver Rise FC Academy, so they're developing this talent about midway through the season as it is. Bennett setting up Paczurski. Can she get a brace? McCaslin just saying, no, I'm gonna stop that.
I mean, that's some great vision there from Bennett for her to look up and recognize that Lisa Paczurski is all by her lonesome on that flank, right, getting caught out of position, able to drive forward, but that the cross just not ultimately coming off the way they had wanted.
The Rise have scored on both their shots on target. Same for Montreal. So if they can get their eyes to the net and put it on target, they've been able to capitalize. 2 shots total for the Roses, 4 total for the Rise. A nice through ball, trying to set up. DeFilippo for Lopez, it's high. Maite Lopez, though, she got the scoring started, and she has been so noticeable in this match.
The competitor that Jess DeFilippo is, though, I mean, to come from the far side, challenge that, and then get the ball off to Lopez where she's able to get a strike off. Again, not the cleanest of strikes. Can she do better with that in those moments? But Jess DeFilippo, my goodness, she steps up to the plate every single time her name is called, and she will put her body on the line time and time again.
Maite, just 19 years of age, from Angel City FC on a season loan, making the most of her time with the Rise. Heiner Moeller having to deal with the sun in her eyes, but talk about consistency when it comes to leadership. She saw this team through to their inaugural championship. Tori Tumith, we spotlighted prior to the match, directing traffic along with Nikki Stanton. Reyes knocked it down. Bennett will put it up. Also above the crossbar, so both teams have had looks just like that. That's Anne-Valerie Seteau, pardon me. Anne-Valerie Seteau, who played with the Halifax Tides last season. She was unable to get a win against Vancouver with Halifax, and then since joining Montreal has put together 2 wins and a draw. Or check that, 2 wins rather than a loss.
It's really well done there from Okamoto. She does well to take that first touch by Boychuk, leaving Boychuk not much choice but to foul her in the process.
Yeah, she's just a seasoned defender known for her tactical intelligence. Able to read an offense, Karpenko.
She's also been finding her footing as the season progresses. Not the strongest of starts for her. There was many games in the beginning of the season where there was a question mark on whether or not she should be getting the minutes she was getting, but I think that she has really flourished since then and been showing a lot of great growth in how she's been helping the team out on both sides of the ball.
This is the 14th match for the Rise, and Yokomoto playing in her 10th game of the season. Quick step over by Alidou. Up for Bilbo. Peczurski on the run. Looking to thread it through to Bennett. Peczurski challenging. Still Montreal ball. Bennett. The soft pass for Boychuk. And it was the work on that right side that got them their first goal.
It's a good idea, and you see what Boychuk's looking for. She's looking for someone to make that back post run. Peczurski obviously not ending up on the better half of that tackle, and we'll see it back, but just hard through as Tumith comes up. Looks to be in quite a bit of pain in the face, but she's back on her feet, which is a great sign always, Daniela.
Possession fairly lopsided early on here. Montreal holding the bulk of it. Trying to look for another equalizer. It was Peczurski at first. A little heel pass from Boychuk. And then a tackle from Boychuk, and that will get called. A foul there as Camila Reyes is dealing with the aftermath.
See another look at it here. Boychuk just holding her ground, and as she steps forward, ends up stepping on the toe of Reyes.
Reyes getting up, helped by Maite Ularbi, the 2 goal scorers for Vancouver.
We have seen Ularbi score an absolute screamer from somewhere very similar to where she is right now. So she definitely has the ability to strike this on goal or get a great ball in for runners.
Ularbi, it's up with a little bit of hang time. It does go out at the end line.
Just gets under that too much, sends it straight into the air. A little bit too much airtime, not quite enough whip, and you can see the frustration in her. She knows she has the ability and the technicality to put a much better delivery in.
Montreal has scored at least 2 goals every time they've played Vancouver this season, so they know they want to stack up those goals. There's no comfortable lead, it seems, There's the goal differential when you look at it. Montreal +10 on the season, and the Rise struggling at -9, but still so much time left. And you consider this is really kind of only the midway point, and out comes McCaslin quick.
See time and time again the opportunities and the creation for Montreal, but that final pass just letting them down.
It was Bennett trying to set up Alidou. Yukamoto with the feed for Ularbi, now Stanton. It's Vancouver trying to build.
Gilbo just losing her footing.
Nice play from Whitaker, trying to stay with Stanton. If you're just joining us, you're watching NSL Soccer presented by BMO, the official bank of the Northern Super League, and in comes Lopez. It has been a great back and forth here at Swangard Stadium, but contact, down goes Alidou and Stanton. We know these teams play physical, and especially in this rivalry.
See Stanton just go directly at Alidou, not really trying to contest the ball, if we're being honest, didn't even look at it. And we mentioned that we knew Alidou was going to be a player that they kept their eye on, doing everything to make sure she cannot contribute.
Bilbo again, just taking a bit of a spill. Check that was Lori Thibault. There's Thibault in. Chloe Minas.
Seeing the amount of Vancouver shirts just absolutely flooding the area anytime any of these forwards are able to get on the ball. Elise Bennett all by herself at times, and just being flooded with pressure, not really much she can do.
Neutralize Bennett, I mentioned it. She's been able to score in every match with the Rise. Absolute threat. Looking to build, but stopped short by Yuka Otomoto.
Again, the final pass just letting them down. See Vancouver comfortably sit in their shape, just waiting for their moment to have to pounce.
All 3 goals in this match within the first 17 minutes. There have always been goals in the first half and always goals in the second with these two. Here in the second season of the Northern Super League, and my goodness, what a great crowd. Fantastic, as always, inside Swangard Stadium. Bark in the park night as well. And getting treated right now as their home team leads by 1. Quick work there, Thibault. Finds Paczerski.
Again, the amount of black shirts that are in and around that area, just very difficult right now for Montreal to be able to create and combine. Paczerski down again.
And she stays down. No, earlier she also had that contact to the lower body.
See as she reaches in there. Might have just landed funny. It doesn't look like there was too much contact on her, but she does look to be in quite a bit of pain.
Sauvé on the sideline, talking to head coach as right now Peczerski gets looked at. Peczerski, who scored for the first time against her former team back the place that she called home last season. She did not play when they last met. 5-1 win. Crowd taking in a beautiful night, as mentioned. And there are the pups. Oh my goodness. I was waiting to see them. We saw some at arrivals. What a sweetheart. It is Bark in the Park night. That temperature staying steady at 22 degrees Celsius. Peczerski having some difficulty walking off on her own power. We'll certainly keep an eye on that. Picked up her third goal of the season, but she has 4 assists, and it is her ability to create that has made Montreal so dangerous.
Well, there aren't very many matches that Lisa Peczerski is in that she doesn't contribute one way or another, whether she is finding the back of the net herself, whether she's the one assisting, or she just helps with the build-up play. Her ability to go at people and run at them at the same pace with and without the ball is something that makes her really special. And again, a former teammate of mine and somebody that has always had that attribute since she was a kid, always had the ball at her feet. You know, you're eating dinner, Lisa Peczerski is juggling next to you. Like, she is somebody that loves this sport through and through. So her ability to contribute in attack is not shocking at all.
Now the Roses trying to come out and get a goal for her. Boychuk is just battling it. She has been physical and also taken, you know, that physicality as well.
We're seeing a Vancouver team that is not afraid to get stuck in.
Oh, and Karpenko just...
Some sweeper keeper there from Karpenko.
Oh, she needed to, and earlier she came well out, and it was a bit of an assist from the air in that the ball went well high, but she is so strong when it comes to making those reads and so confident. And Karpenko started in all 20 of her appearances last season. Big part of the reason why Montreal finished in a playoff position and pushed deep as we see Peczerski back. That's a good sight. So both teams have had some of their stars impacted early in this game with potential injury, but then returning. Ularbi taken off the ball by Thibault.
It's well recovered there from Thibault. Initially loses it, gets right back up and does what she needs to do to win it back.
Alidou finds Boychuk, but there's that defense. Back outside the box to the right for Seto. To cut it back and a header. Oh my! Elise Bennett does it again. 4 goals against Vancouver in all 4 meetings. Who else to tie it? It's 2-2.
Seen a bit of a trend between the 2 goals for Montreal, right? Being able to go out to this right flank and get a great delivery into the box. They have numbers in the box at all times. We know Elise Bennett's an absolute threat, but Tanya Boychuk here with some patience. She plays Alidou. Again, an aspect of patience coming out. Sees Seto making that overlapping run, who puts a great delivery in. And Bennett challenging the initial ball and then following it up with the rebound. Really well done. And it's not shocking to see Elise Bennett scoring another goal.
As I mentioned to you, she equalized last meeting. She has 2 game winners in this. It's Elise Bennett's 8th goal of the season. She's still in that Golden Boot race. Sitting in 2nd place, DB Pridham leading the league. Just like Ottawa Rapid is leading the league atop the standings. huge 3 points on the line here. Check that, she's actually tied now for first in the NSL when it comes to goals. So if she can notch another, she'll overtake here. Last time these teams met, it was Evelyn Badu having an incredible night, a hat trick.
And some beautiful goals at that. The one where she flicks it to herself and a nice little side volley. Got to be up for goal of the season.
And you know, I came into this match thinking Bennett might find a way to the back of the net, not because only of the trend against Vancouver, but she had been quiet. So this was her first goal in 4 matches. And we say quiet because of how fast she came out of the gate. She had goals in her first 3 matches of the season. She is adding 8 on the campaign. We've had 4 first half goals.
Aludi looking to intervene, just catches Ularbi.
It's been a really fun first half if you love goals, and we expected it would be this way as both these teams have put up goals when they've had the ability to score in these meetings. Reyes and Lopez take the lead back. Trying to set something up with DeFilippo.
Lopez having quite a first half, really making herself useful, getting into those areas, making those runs, using her pace. You can see how quick she is when she takes off, and she's a competitor. She's fierce. She's not afraid to put her body on the line and go through that hard tackle, as you've mentioned a few times today, Daniela.
And very impressed to Vancouver, having played just 4 days ago. I mean, we know these are professional athletes. We know that they're ready for this, but that is still, you know, an adjustment. They're also coming off of a month really in July where they were on the road, and road travel for a Vancouver team is going to the east, coming back home, going to the east every week. So lots of adjustments, but a very strong start for both teams, but especially this home side. Especially given that Montreal's been controlling possession. Here they come.
Well, that's where that possession stat, and sometimes people get caught up in statistics, but it doesn't always tell the full story, because anybody that's been watching this half, we've seen a Vancouver side that's been a little bit more purposeful with the possession that they have had, despite it not being nearly as much as Montreal. Montreal struggling a little bit at times to be clean, and with the amount of numbers and the suffocating pressure and organization of this Vancouver side today, Daniela, in their own half, it's become very difficult for Montreal to be able to connect in the final third. So they're lucky to be able to have this tie right now based on the way Vancouver's been playing.
Absolutely, and both teams cashing in on their 2 shots on target each. 5 shots total for the Rise, 4 for the Roses. So we get set for another set piece.
Another big moment for the Rise. Can they find their third before the half?
They put up 3 in the first half against AFC Toronto, just 2 matches back. Larby dialed in here. And she comes off the right foot. And a whistle there as down goes Boychuk. Seems to be all right. Was the second corner for Vancouver. It was their first within the first 3 minutes of the match that got things going. We'll have a minimum of 4 minutes of added time. Montreal has put away a goal against Vancouver in first half stoppage time. I think this Rise team is being fueled by this passionate crowd.
Home crowd advantage is most definitely a thing.
You know, they're calling it bark at the park. I'm not hearing much barking, but great
I would
chanting.
love to hear some barking.
I know.
Big dog fan.
We both are. I'm trying to keep an ear out for it. You have to think once those big roars from the crowd for all the goals. But Bennett with a good cross. Still alive inside the box now. Alidou off the woodwork. Just her second match in the NSL.
You're seeing how active Alidou is and the quality that she has. Tight space, tough angle, but she does end up still getting a shot off, and not a bad one at that.
Crosses fairly even, 9-8 in favor of Montreal. Great control from Bilbao. Now it's a foot race. Foot race won by the Rise.
Owasik doing everything she can to make sure that Alidou isn't able to get a foot on that. Clears it out of the danger zone.
Young player stepping in, getting her second start. Here's a look at Okamoto. Tumith plays it short. Just about halfway through the stoppage time.
It's well done there to find Stanton and get out of the pressure.
A beautiful ball finds DeFilippo. In comes DeFilippo, forced to stop, and a big mess of bodies. Jessica is down. Crowd reacting. I thought she was going to run away with it, Jess.
It was definitely a great opportunity. You see her one-on-one with the goalkeeper. We'll see a look at it here, but it's a nice little chip ball through from Reyes, and just DeFilippo takes that touch forward, but you see that Seto and Sauvé are ready. They're coming back, and she tries to turn and go the opposite way, but in the end, Montreal defense, Capadonna as well, coming back. They were ready. They knew what they needed to do. But that's a great ball through in the first place.
We've got a yellow card caution for Tori Tumith.
See the shirt pull there. It's clear as day. She earned that yellow.
What a first half. Vancouver always conceding the first goal to Montreal in 3 matches before this, and here they are starting not only first, but within those first 3 minutes off of a set piece. Corner from Ularbi to Maitai Lopez, and then Ularbi getting another go ahead. A response from Montreal, fitting for the second-ranked team in the league right now.
Great ball from DeFilippo to switch the point of attack.
Jalen Wright is looking for Anna Bout along the far sideline, and that will be it through the first half. Fast and furious, and tied at 2. Goals from Lopez and then Pachurski. So it was 1-1. Ularbi getting the lead back for Vancouver before Bennett, now with a goal in all 4 meetings with Vancouver this season.
I thought that was a really great half from the Rise. They're a team that has struggled with consistency, but they started from the first minute and they held it all the way to that final one. Daniela, they made it hard for Montreal to be able to create and combine up top, despite the scoreline being even right now. I did think that the Rise was the stronger team in that first half.
I'm looking forward to the second half, but first the NSL halftime is up next. Jess and I will have you covered, taking a look back at all 4 goals and more. Don't go anywhere. This is the Northern Super League.
Eyes on the prize, I say passionate. I got the sauce like Diana, vision like medicine. They say patience is a virtue, so I went around the world and back again. Now NSL be on the map, no more imagining, it's happening.
Huh. We've already got tons of WestJet points.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Should we?
I'm booking it.
Your next travel story is waiting. Make it happen with the all-new WestJet Rewards.
When you went down injured, your first thought in that moment was, oh crap, I've really done my knee. Yeah, I think I knew right away. I was like, well, I'm not going to be able to jog about any further.
Honestly, when Quinn went down, I was like, they're gonna get up. Like, I was like they always do. They're gonna stay down for a second.
Yeah, that's true.
Get some water, and they're gonna be back up like always. So I was just like warming up, and I was like, whatever, la la la. But then they did not get up. And then I was like, okay, I guess I'll run faster in my warm up. I got subbed in, obviously, and there was a lightning storm immediately. And in my head, I remember being like, this is so late, but I was like, this is gonna be like a turning point. It's gotta be. Like, it's a lightning storm. What do you mean? Like, that's wild. And we just got to go in and like regroup. I think we really needed that break.
I think getting back into the locker room, I really felt like, wow, they have it. They have it covered. It just felt like everyone was really focused to that goal.
You couldn't be on the field, but you were definitely helping to set us up for success for the rest of it. So.
And then you balled.
Thank you.
Yeah. We were saying before the game with Jazzy, we're like, you guys know it's really hard to win stuff.
To get there.
In soccer, like, it's actually really hard. You know how hard it's been? Like, we've been through it.
But I remember looking up at the clock at like the 75th minute, and I was like, we can win this. It was like literally pure elation. That's the only thing that I could say it. It's like, I couldn't stop smiling, and just seeing my teammates and knowing the journey that we took to get to this very moment is like, you know, only we will know how hard that was.
So that was pretty cool, I think, to win something.
We knew how to respond when maybe things were not going our way. But I think just having everyone on board to, when things go wrong, we don't ever turn on each other. We actually turn towards each other to solve the problem.
Yeah, it's like building on our culture.
Yeah, building on our culture, staying together as a team. And yeah, last year's locker room was most special that I've ever been in. So we can keep that rolling.
People doubt us in Winnipeg, what we're capable of. Like no good players could be from here. Nothing is expected of us, so we fight for everything we get. And we work harder than anyone that thinks it's going to be handed to us. I've spent my life defending home. And now I'm ready to shape its future. My dream for Winnipeg is that we stop asking if we belong on the world stage, and instead show up and take our place. Introducing NSL Winnipeg. Destroy doubt.
Welcome to the NSL Halftime Show, presented by BMO, the official bank of the Northern Super League. I'm Daniela Ponticelli, alongside former Canadian Youth International Jessica Lisi, and wow, what a first half. It's 2-2, yes. And it started off so quickly, but just before we dive into all of that, your thoughts. I mean, we didn't know what to expect. These are teams that have alternated wins in their 3 previous meetings, but we did expect goals in the first half.
Yeah, we did. I mean, it was an exciting first half, right? That's what we wanted to see. Who doesn't love some goals? I thought Vancouver was the better team in that first half. They started off on the right foot. They had that mentality to go forward. They had that tenacity. This is really early on. Okamoto attempts to get this ball across. Capadonna does well to clear it. But then you see their very first goal, and they contest the initial ball in and then win that second ball. And Lopez does so well to just drive that through the mess of players that is in the middle of the box. And then their second goal, Daniela, it was a bit of hard work, and we know that DiFilippo is an entirely different breed of competitor, but she gets this ball into Lopez, who cuts it back to Ularbi, who's exactly where she needs to be. And also the precision and the decision of this ball is perfectly executed. This is a fantastic goal.
So Lopez and Ularbi helping on both of those, scoring and then assisting. But how about the defense as well?
Yeah, that was something that I was most impressed with from this Vancouver side, right? There's been moments in their defense so far this year where that back line has been their weak link. They've been stretched. They've been defeated with balls over top. They haven't had the necessary grit. They've been second to balls. But in this first half, Daniela, they were not afraid to put their body on the line. We saw slide tackle after slide tackle. We saw the amount of numbers. And you see here a nice little double team. Reyes comes over to apply that double pressure to Boychuk and ends up winning it and going out the other way. So really impressive from them.
And Montreal finding an answer. They hadn't started trailing before against Vancouver, and here they were.
Well, this is a team that we know has firepower. We spoke about it. Nice little give and go there between Boychuk and Alidou, and then getting a fantastic ball across to Lisa Paczerski, who does everything in her power to make sure that ball goes into the back of the net. Great moment for her. Great team goal with that. And then the second one, again, the overlapping run from this right flank comes from the same area, but you see some patience there from Alidou and Boychuk. They get this ball into Seto, who gets the ball across, and Elise Bennett not only contests the first ball, but also wins that second ball and gets it into the back of the net. 8th goal of the season for her. Not shocking to see her name on the score sheet.
Well, she has scored every single time she has faced Vancouver this season. And Montreal did have the possession edge. We talked about that, Jess, but they were the team chasing, able to equalize twice. Very much looking forward to what the next 45 has to offer. 1 yellow card for Vancouver. That was Tori Tumeth. Something to watch there. Very, very physical game, but overall well played. And of course, it's just a stunning Wednesday night on the West Coast. Bark at the Park, packed inside Swangard Stadium. There's still more NSL halftime show after this. Don't go anywhere.
I think since we have a team that's half Quebecers, I think when we play in Stade Boréal and I feel the chants in France and I see all these people, I think it's just inspiring. I really like it. Just being born and raised, I look at the other girls on my team who are born and raised in Quebec as well, and I think we just feel like we have to do more for the logo. Montreal is a city of sports. The people who come are really passionate. Like when they come to a game, yes, they come, but they chant, they bring energy into the stadium. So I think that's the major difference. But I think just French Quebecers or something else, yeah.
Having her in a leadership role, I think is a great decision from the coaching staff and the Roses because she inspires and she also knows how to lead a team. We were on the plane coming here, and right next to me, I opened my book and I'm reading. She opens her book, she's reading The Captain Class. So she's already like learning so much about how to be better, and in my eyes, I think she's already great. So I think she is a special human, and Montreal's so lucky to have her.
I was reading this book about leadership where you see the best leaders in the world, what do they do in common, and I try to implement that into my role as a leader. But also I'm a teacher by formation, so I try to do it in a really positive way where my teammates, the young ones, they can learn from me.
She's someone that makes anyone in the room feel comfortable. So if there's a little thing going on, I feel so comfortable telling Meg about it, whether it's like something, a highlight, a low light, anything. So she makes someone feel so special. So again, I have nothing but great things to say about Megan Sauvé, and I feel very lucky to be her teammate.
At the end of the day, like my mark in a few years when I look back and I'm not playing soccer, I want them to see me as somebody who helped them get better. Learning every year, seeing like the Marie-Philippe Poulin of this world, how they lead, Cindy Crosby, like it's all people I look up to and I try to be better at.
Welcome back. There's some good boys and girls in the crowd. Bark at the Park. Yes, I love this. We need more of this. What a great night, Jess.
So
Come
precious.
on. That's fantastic. They're having a good time, and the score is 2-2 Vancouver, Montreal inside Swangard Stadium. But we know the fan favorites, or perhaps our favorite players, Jess, what we like about what they can do. What do other NSL players think about their teammates and their rivals? We'll have a look now.
This is hard, you guys.
Lots to pick from.
I know, it's actually like there's too many people to pick from.
First touch, dream women's soccer player. I would say Michaela Small on my team, yeah.
Marta's first touch.
Have to go with Marta.
Pick a Brazilian for sure. I don't know. Marta, and then I'm gonna say Marta like 6 times over, so.
I would pick Alex Morgan's first touch. Tobin Heath, probably. Yep.
Aitana Bonmati.
Jessie Fleming.
I'm gonna go Kim Little.
Lauren James. First touch. Ooh, Lauren James.
Speed. Probably like Chewinga.
Chewinga. She plays on the KC Current in the NWSL, and she just blazes by people. I still don't even think she sprints at 100% and cooks the back line.
We're going NSL style, Holly's pretty darn fast.
Hollywood.
I'm gonna go Jessie Fleming's speed. She's kind of tricky with her speed. You wouldn't expect it, but she's quick.
Trinity Rodman.
I think Elisa Thompson, the American, very fast.
I have to go Alyssa Thompson. She's really quick.
I do like one of the Thompson sisters, Alyssa or Giselle Thompson. They're pretty quick.
Svendi Sion's daughter.
I go Janine Becky for that one.
Jessie Fleming sees the pitch a little faster than everybody else.
Jessie Fleming.
Jessie Fleming.
Gotta be Quinn's vision.
That is so sweet of them.
I'll have to go with Pino on that as well. It's one of the greats.
Vision. Alexis Putellas.
Mariana Caldente.
I don't know. I played with Maro in Seattle, and she was sick. Yeah, Marathon for sure. She was awesome.
Marta.
Bonmati.
You know what? Shout out to Karima Lemire, my teammate. I'm putting her on for Vision.
That's actually a good one. Probably Alexis Putellas.
Kristen Sinclair, obviously.
Sinclair.
I'm gonna do Abby Wambach.
Abby Wambach.
Very gritty, sacrifices her body, same position. She's a baller.
Go back to Alex Morgan.
Alex Morgan.
Tanya Boychuk.
Marta.
Graham Hansen.
Vibe. That's a great question.
Overall vibe. That's a good question.
I'll give vibes to Wambach.
I'm gonna go Marta again. Sorry, she has such a good vibe. And I've heard, I don't know her personally, but off the field I've heard she's so much fun.
Chloe Kelly.
That's a good one. Maybe Lauren James.
Lauren James
is a good vibe.
Aura?
Yeah.
Okay. Obviously Trinity Rodman. I think she's the hit girl right now, so.
Trinity Rodman. Put her vibe on there.
I'd have to go with Trinity Rodman. She's bringing, some, we'll give her that one. Definitely vibes, brings a different flair to the game now, so I'll go with her.
Oh, I immediately think of when you say that, Desi Scott. Just that's just vibes on the pitch, off the pitch. That's a teammate, yeah.
Aura.
Yeah.
I think Kadisha Buchanan has some nice vibes to her. Yeah.
Leah Williamson.
And the vibes are great at Swangard Stadium. Bark at the Park. We wanted more dogs. We got more. And there will be more just ahead. Second half next.
Welcome on board our new Triangle Rewards and WestJet Rewards partnership.
Prior to earning, ensure your accounts are securely linked. In the event you shop or fly with us, earn Canadian Tire money and WestJet points on all eligible purchases. Breathe normally and secure your own rewards before assisting others. Take a moment to locate where you can spend once and earn twice. Link today and watch your rewards take off.
For the big, small, short, tall. For old friends. Coca-Cola. For refreshing moments. Shared together.
Watching dough rise always fills me with inspiration.
Don't ever look at my savings account. The dough doesn't rise.
BMO has 2 simple ingredients to make your savings rise. Great interest rates and no monthly fees.
Yeah, that would do it all right.
Plus, get a cash bonus for opening a checking and savings account.
So BMO helps your savings grow bigger faster.
Like a triple dose of yeast.
You're hired.
What? No, I wasn't looking for it.
Yes, chef. Yes, chef.
Yes, chef.
BMO.
Welcome back to the second half as we get set here. Swan Guard Stadium, Montreal and Vancouver. I'm Daniela Ponticelli alongside Jessica Lisi. It's been a fun start. How will these teams respond here in the second? We do have a substitution in here to start this second half, as Anaïs Larbi, who was fantastic in the first 45, steps out, and Josie Longhurst comes in. Josie Longhurst, who has a goal against Montreal this season. I mean, when you talk about getting a start for Anaïs Larbi, just her 7th start of the season.
Cheeky there from De Filippo.
Oh, and then she gets turned around as Bilbo pulls her shirt. Charlotte Bilbo coming out aggressive here in the second half.
There are certain fouls you can't quite argue with, and that was definitely one of them.
So Bilbo picking up the yellow card. That is her 2nd of the season. Looking along the left flank here, Okamoto.
It's a good recovery from Seto, initially giving up that ball too easily.
Now Bennett. See, Vancouver has 15 yellow cards on the season, 10 for the Roses. Just De Filippo coming in with 4 yellow cards, something to watch. Just wide, and you can feel the frustration from Bennett. You can hear it, obviously, but you can also feel it.
Well, and you see the amount of space that Tanya Boychuk's able to run at on that right flank. That was the area that they did thrive in the first half. Obviously, 2 goals coming from that side. Elise Bennett's a player that when she's in and around that 18-yard box, when she's in frame with the net, normally every deflection that she's able to get on is going to at least cause some sort of issue for the keeper. Wasn't quite able to get that back towards frame and keep it on target.
Nice feed from Longhurst to Reyes. Cross. Karpenko punches it.
Thibault doing well to win that initially, but not quite able to hold her pace.
Losick taking it to the far side. Lopez scored the first goal to give Vancouver the lead, and then assisted in Larbi's the second goal.
She's been quite fiery today, Lopez. You can just see Sauvé and her get tangled up and then just pull Sauvé back.
Capadona headed back by and about. Alidou to Bennett. Bennett, cross. Montreal so effective.
saw the vision there of Alidou to find Bennett, and it was a great run from Bennett as well. She finds that space out wide, and she cuts towards the goal. She looks up, deciding whether or not she's going to strike that from a little bit of a hard angle or cut it back across, and she opts to cut that back. Her teammate's not able to get there, but when it does bounce out to a player like Bilbao, she tries it, and here they are with a corner kick.
They had just one corner in the first half. Bilbao. It's not into the box, and so stays out. Headed by De Filippo. Played through the legs. Oh my, in transition, the rise. Capadona trying to close the gap, Reyes. Rose is able to get back fast enough.
Get in the box! Just get in the box!
Bout. Across, it's headed out to safety by Sauvé.
You see Longhurst in that transitional moment looking up, just takes her a little bit too long to recognize the pass, and then when she does go to play it to Reyes, it's just not the greatest pass. It actually slows the momentum, so they're forced to start again, but they do get another opportunity from it, and About using a bit of her skill to get this ball in and across. But Sauvé's there, not many runners to challenge that, but a set piece.
Exactly, gives the Rise their third corner of the match, first of the second half. Reyes delivers. Bennett gets a header on it. Then Whitaker and skied back over. Nikki Stanton, who is just such a great leader for this Rise team. Loved the halftime chat she had with Quinn in that great feature.
Well, for anyone that's ever looked at Nikki Stanton's Instagram, she is quite, she's quite funny, and she always makes sure to post something funny. Today I saw a post of her dog, and
oh my goodness,
I believe her dog is named Burger, which is
fantastic.
Quite amazing. Yeah.
Burger. Oh, we had such great looks of players with dogs coming in. And About's little dog with the hat on. I mean, the sun is out, Jess, so you need to make sure.
Absolutely.
Beautiful pass. Bout is on it. Sauvé, though, just strong defense here from Montreal captain. Karpenko to Seto. Vancouver really threatening here. Now heading back. As the Rose is on the run, Boychuk for Bennett. Build up on the right side, Seto, cross, header. Oh my, Peczerski looking for a brace.
Peczerski doing well to get on that inside shoulder of right. Bennett recognizing that overlapping run coming from Seto, who obviously was involved in that second goal, but she gets this ball across to Peczerski, who gets on the inside of right and just isn't quite able to redirect on frame. But it's great build-up play, and again, it's something that we know the Roses are capable of in that first half. So much possession. They just struggled a little bit when it came to that final third cohesion. But looking a little better from them so far early on in this second half.
Hard to believe that neither of these teams scored in their last match just prior to this, so they're coming out with ill intentions as Mimi Alidou, first goal in the NSL, takes the lead for Montreal.
And what a quality finish that was. Mimi Alidou showing her technique and her ability, just a left-footed shot into that bottom right corner. And some great build-up play as well. Daniela, again, we're speaking about the quality that this Montreal side has. But it's so great to see Mimi Alidou get her first for the Roses. We know that she's going to be a top contributor, and you can see it here again. Paczerski, playing creator, gets this ball out to Thibault, who finds Alidou, who is all alone, and takes her touch into space and beautifully paces that into the corner. Quality finish from a quality player, Daniela.
That's why she was brought in. I mean, you just playing for her hometown Montreal Roses, gets her first NSL goal in her second match, second start, of course. Been training with the team for a bit just prior to that transfer window opening, but wow, what an addition. And by the way, everyone is aware of the threat Alidou poses. When we talk to coaches before matches, the opposing team's well aware of, yeah, we expect she's going to be an impact player right away, and prove that here. First lead for the Roses.
Well, she's now played a part in all 3 of the goals for the Roses, and that's just the quality of player that she is. She has that ability to play creator, not only for club, but also for country. For anyone that's followed her with the women's national team, she does phenomenal stuff there as well. She has the versatility to play out wide, to play in the middle, but overall just a really intelligent player.
Montreal will be back home for their next match. Alidou, of course, was happy to make that her debut at home at Stade Boreal. There's another new addition, Amandine Pierre-Louis. That signing announced today. She is eligible and with the team available to potentially come off the bench, but in such a tight match, I'm not sure who we'll see when and where, but lots of time. The Roses have been able to score against Vancouver in every half they have played against the Rise this season. Whitaker. Going to play it to safety, Bout.
Vancouver Rise also adding Alex Lamontagne to their roster, a player with a lot of experience. She has the ability to play in a couple different positions, whether that's across the top. She can play as a 10 as well, but great IQ.
Boychuk puts it off of Iwasek, but Boychuk with an assist in this game. Helping out on that Paczerski goal that will lead to a set piece, another corner. Morgan McCaslin has had a tough go against this Montreal. I mean, a lot of teams have against the Roses, a team that has not lost on the road yet this season. Bilbao into the box. Paczerski across, looking for a header. Seto strikes, and Valerie Seto doubles the lead for Montreal.
Coach Heinermuller mentioned that she wanted to see how her team would react in those moments following a goal, and this is not the reaction that she wanted, but really well done here. Great ball in the box. Paczerski, instead of going for goal herself, gets a second ball in, and Seto is where she needs to be, is able to get the shot off. Nice touch to bring it down, and she shoots that right by McCaslin in that near post.
All smiles for Anne-Valerie Seto, her first goal in the NSL, so we've got first goals from Mimi Alidou, and then how about that from Seto, a player who is there to defend, has been a consistent presence, first for the Halifax Tides last season in the inaugural campaign, but now for the Roses. And so what started out as a score knotted at 2 through the first half has now suddenly become a pretty comfy lead here for the Roses, a team that has put up 5 goals on Vancouver, and that was in their last meeting. You see the shots. This has been the tale. It was Vancouver able to get the edge on shots in the first half, but the Roses 5 total shots, 2 of those on target, 2 of them goals to Filippo. Guarded by Bilbao, now Bout. Bout with the cross. Oh, and the header goes high. It was Longhurst and Lopez on it.
Great little footwork there from Bout. Gets a nice ball across, but a lack of communication between Longhurst and Lopez. Can they call one another off to be able to make better contact?
A thrilling match and a big save from Karpenko. Stanton turns, gets it to DeFilippo. As the defense closes in, Bout, cross, cleared by Thibault. In the 60th minute. Second match of week 15, and we've got 6 combined goals so far. We're watching the NSL presented by BMO, official bank of the Northern Super League.
You can see here, you heard the crowd wanting a PK there, but there doesn't look to be much contact, if any. It looks like DeFilippo just trips over her own feet. Referee making the right call, no contact in that, most definitely not a penalty kick.
On the run, Paczurski. Can she get in front? Strong positioning from Iwasik, and Wright was on it as well.
We're seeing the Roses come out into the second half with a bit more fire in their eyes and just really doing well to find the gaps in between this Vancouver side, who in the first half was very difficult to break down because of the amount of numbers that they had defensively, because of how tight their lines were. But Montreal doing a good job to stretch them in this half and play within that, in between those lines.
Alidou to deliver this corner. It's up, still in the box. In comes Mimi. It's high off the foot.
Not quite what she had in mind.
No, but now we have a very special substitution as we welcome in to the NSL, making her debut, Amandine Pierre-Louis. She substitutes in as Haley Whitaker comes out, and a Haitian international is from Montreal, spoke with us before the match, is so excited to be playing in her hometown. She's been away for so long, a story we've heard from so many players. That's why the Northern Super League, it's one of the many reasons why the Northern Super League is great, Jess.
And it's one of the reasons that it's going to continue to get stronger, because all of this Canadian talent that has gone overseas because the opportunity wasn't here, and there's so much of it. We know that there's immense talent here in Canada. We've had one of the best women's national teams for many, many, many years. So I think that there's so much talent in this country, and the fact that this league is now up and running and is really creating some noise in and around the women's soccer space, we're going to see more big names come back to Niella to play at home.
Pierre-Louis is the highest drafted Quebec player in history in the NWSL. She was selected 6th overall in 2018 by Sky Blue FC. She's played overseas. An NCAA career with West Virginia.
Ooh, go Mountaineers.
And here she is now. It always seems wild to me, like it was just announced this morning and here she is, but she's known, of course, that she was so excited when it was confirmed she'd be coming to play back home. Meanwhile, Vancouver get back to business. Okamoto finds DeFilippo, it's high.
DeFilippo's just been knocking. She's done so well in those tight spaces. It's a great touch to be able to get the shot off. Okamoto finds her, and you see that touch just inside of Capadona, but skies it over top of the bar, and you immediately see her reaction. She's going to want that one back. Hands on the head. Doesn't quite strike it well enough to really cause a threat.
Montreal's goals were just 4 minutes apart in the 54th and then 58th minute. See 12 shots, 5 on target for the Roses. So just 1 save so far from McCaslin. The Roses have just had Vancouver's number this season. Yes, they dropped one of their meetings, but now with these goals included, 15 goals to 4, or to 6 rather, to Filippo looking for another.
You see just a bit of hesitation there from DeFilippo. Is she going to pass that off to Lopez? Is she going to go herself? And in the end, that little bit of hesitation allows the Montreal defense to just catch up to her and get in front of that shot.
So now we have 3 substitutions incoming for the Rise. They are down 2 goals in a game in which they've had the lead twice. You see Sura Yeka, who we're told is feeling much better, coming in earlier here in the second half. Audrey Francois in her NSL debut, and Latifa Abdou is also back. She'd been dealing with some injuries, and we know Abdou can score. Former Montreal Rose herself, so she's played in this series with both sides. Reyes short from the corner. Sauvé quick on it. Wanted to get Pechersky on the run. Audrey Francois, 25 years of age, from Laval, Quebec, playing for the Rise. Been dealing with an injury for the first part of the season. Bennett for Alidou. An easy save on that one.
Some patience here from the Roses, just playing along their back line.
Sauvé. Pierre-Louis getting a touch on a cross. Nice play. Alidou looking for another. Bennett, brace. It is offside. She'll have to wait for that. Still, you got to play through, and she did just that.
And you can see here, she gets this initial touch. You can see she's just in behind that back line as Alidou makes contact.
So still just a 2-goal lead. Rise looking to cut into that. There's a big collision. Will play on. It was Longhurst rolling through the contact. Fantastic defense inside the box. Now Yeka just taking to the pitch. And the most recent substitutions for the Rise. Tumith.
I know we mentioned again, probably this is the 3rd time, but how Coach Heiner Muller wanted to see how her team would react in those moments after a goal. And I think overall they've reacted quite well despite there being 2 goals so close together. In the run of play, they've really come alive. They're looking for those moments. They've kept their intensity, Danielle, and they're still creating chances, which is exactly what you want, because I don't think this game's over. I think we're going to see more goals with the way it's been going, both teams looking to create and threaten one another.
It's been a really exciting match. First time these 2 teams have met on the West Coast this season. It was all 3 prior meetings in Laval, so Vancouver fans have been waiting for this rivalry as well. Played ahead, headed back. Thibault on the tackle. A foul. Reyes to Bout. Yeka up top. Abdou was heading toward it. Karpenko will take it out. Watch out. Abdou saves it at the end line to keep it in play from distance now, but well wide. What an effort from Latifa Abdou.
Latifa Abdou is one of those players that never turns off. She's always ready to pounce, and my goodness, is she dangerous when she's in and around the 18. Again, she's somebody you have to keep an eye on. She's a presence that when she was unavailable for the last couple matches, she was dearly missed from this Vancouver Rise side. Her ability to threaten in behind, but also off the front, and then pick those moments to apply the pressure and time that pressure so well, as we saw.
She's yet to score against her former team. She did not play in the first meeting between these two this season. This is her 10th match played of the campaign, but first one she has not started in which she was available. They can get her going back at 100%. She did assist on a De Filippo goal against Montreal the last time. Their last meeting being July 4th. They opened the month against this team. Pierre-Louis! A good touch from McCaslin to save that from reaching the back corner.
That would be quite a debut.
We would have seen 3 first NSL goals in a row.
I mean, never say never, Daniela. There's still time.
It's out. There's plenty of time. We're now in the 71st minute.
But you can also see the quality of a player with not needing much space to make something dangerous happen, and that's exactly what you saw there with Pierre-Louis. Obviously a really talented player, very experienced, and she knows exactly what to do even in those tight spaces.
Abdou finding De Filippo. Back up, a chance, no, wide again. Easy read there for Karpenko. Longhurst has been a spark, and Josie Longhurst has played in 7 matches against Montreal. This is her 8th. She scored her first NSL goal back on May 30th against the Roses. Both these teams have some rest as well, Jess, before their next matches. You're looking at an 8-day break for the Roses, then a 9-day stretch for the Rise. So giving it their all here inside Swangard Stadium.
Well, for a team like the Rise that's been dealing with a lot of injuries, that is exactly what they need. And again, I brought up Alex Lamontagne, but to have her integrated into this group, her pace, her IQ, her ability to go at people, and that ruthlessness is something that I think is only going to make this team that much stronger. So I'm excited to see the new addition and also what this team continues to bring.
A corner for the Rise. Stays in the attacking third. Longhurst trying to find Reyes, and does, despite the defense. Latifa Abdou can't save that one at the end line. We'll have some substitutions for Montreal, as we'll see Elise Bennett, who has kept her goal streak alive against Vancouver, 4 for 4 in all the meetings thus far. She heads out. In comes Noémie Paquin. And then Laurie Thibault is out, and fans of the Roses will be pleased to see Felicia Roy coming in here in the second half. This is just her 3rd match of the season. She was working back from injury. She last played just 5 minutes in Toronto on May 10th. That was week 3 of the season, Jess. So it means a lot to have her back here in week 15.
And also a really bright and promising young talent. We saw what she could do last year when she was called on to step into a starting role, or whether she was coming off the bench. But a very smart player. She finds those gaps well, and she has the IQ of someone well beyond her age. So a talented young star without a doubt.
Rod, just 20 years old. Right now, Tumeth is looking for that support from Audrey Francois. So a number of players coming back from injury or having those debuts. Francois, one of them. Pierre-Louis, another. Pierre-Louis nearly having a goal.
See Tumith looking for her options. And Pierre-Louis just stepping up, but ends up making contact with her hand.
So Camila Reyes in the 75th minute. They cut the deficit down. Set pieces have been a strength for this team. Reyes. Beautiful play, Abdu's there, but Karpenko. Longhurst. Machursky. Both teams with 9 shots in the second half. 3 on target for Montreal, 2 of them in the back of the net. Mimi Alidou skies it.
See Alidou constantly finding those gaps and making sure that she is able to get on the ball. That's why she's here after all, but not many options for her when she looks up to her right. There's nobody making that run. So doesn't have many options other than to take the shot herself or go back to where the ball just came from. So not the delivery and the strike that she wanted, but it's not a terrible idea.
Vancouver going to stretch the field and find Abdou. Heads up play from Sauvé. This crowd is fantastic. A gorgeous night. You talked about it, Jess. I mean, that 20 degrees, it's got to feel good. There's been some hot days and some rainy days as well. All sorts of weather. As to be expected in a Canadian professional women's soccer league.
It most definitely does. But yeah, some 20-degree weather to go out there and play some good football is definitely a bit of a dream.
Abdou, who we've seen kind of buzzing around and inside the box. She last played in that last meeting against Montreal, so it's been a moment. It's the beginning of July, and here she is back in this one. She actually scored the first ever Roses game-winning goal against the Rise, and that was at Swangard Stadium. Out at the end line.
Sorry, Daniela, but Pierre-Louis making that run, which is exactly what you want. You want a player that has the tenacity to get forward and look for it every single time, but the ball not quite staying in bounds for her.
She most recently played in France. We can hear the song even louder this time.
I'm catching myself singing it in my head.
Well, the players are certainly dialed in here. Filippo. Yeka. Plays it over, trying to work it up the right side. And get a step ahead, but Audrey Francois shaking off it.
It's really well defended there from Pierre-Louis.
Well, a veteran against a rook. And now Reyes finds Abdou! What a save off the foot of Karpenko.
It's a great save, but it's also a really tough angle to begin with for Abdou to be able to bring that ball down to an area where she's able to strike it from a tough angle, and you'll see it here. Nice little chip ball through as well from Reyes, but nice touch from Abdou. Hard angle, still gets a great shot off, but Karpenko ultimately doing everything she has to do to be able to get a foot on that and keep it out.
Abdou able to get it under the leg of that sliding defender. It's been a fast-paced match, physical. And unfortunately for the Rise right now, dealing with another injury. Asatoyu watching on in his second season with Montreal. Having discussion with his coaching staff. Mentioned it earlier that this is just the second match of Week 15. There's a lot on the schedule for NSL fans. And that could shake up the table even further, especially in the middle where right now Vancouver finds itself sitting in 5th place, just outside of a playoff spot. And so Yuka Okamoto will be substituted out. Jamie Perreault will take to the pitch. That's tough to see. She just earned the start here today. Seems to be in good spirits. Oh, and a tough scene here. A stretcher will be coming onto the pitch. So we see Okamoto just smiling and, as mentioned, seems to be in good spirits, but needing this assistance here.
It's never a great sight.
We know that every team in the NSL at one point or another has been dealt adversity in the form of injuries. The Rise have just had a very unfortunate start to the season in terms of that.
They've really struggled this year to stay healthy, and it was something that happened to them last year as well, but Okamoto smiling, which is great. Hopefully nothing too serious.
Jamie Perreault out on the field, just tough to see. For Yuka Okamoto, who just earned her 8th start of the season. So now several substitutions made for this Rise side. Can that shake things up? They were building, they've had the opportunities at times here in the second half. Sauvé. Tumith corralled it. Now Abdu with eyes to the net. Strong defense from Capadona, and it goes off a different angle there.
Abdu making sure to make her presence felt since she's been subbed in. You see here she gets in between the lines so well. Capadona coming across, doesn't actually get a touch on it. Abdu just not striking that thoroughly enough to really cause a threat.
You see Felicia Arroy getting some touches in just her 3rd match of the season. Alidou is hoping to find a streaking Paczurski. And now we'll have another substitution. Montreal with that 2-goal lead here in the 83rd minute. So out goes Charlotte Bilbao, who's had such a strong match. Jess Lisi saying prior to this that she would need to have that kind of performance, and she has. Olivia Mbala coming in. This will be her 5th match played against the Rise. 12th match of the season. No starts for Mbala. Used to coming off the bench. Pierre-Louis creating this possession here for the Roses. The score at halftime, 2-2. Montreal able to add to their tally. It was Mimi Alidou getting her first NSL goal to put the Roses ahead for the first time in this match. And if you're just joining us, you're watching NSL Soccer presented by BMO, the official bank of the Northern Super League. Paquin was looking for a give and go. Somehow Montreal holds on possession. Noémie Paquin. And it's offside, so stalls the effort, but a great heads-up play here.
You can see there, just beyond the back line, as Boychuk goes to make contact with that ball. Can she time her run a little better? Can she come out wide to then attack that space, to just give herself a few extra moments to be able to stay onside?
Pierre-Louis sends it back to Sauvé. And Montreal to stay on this attack. Boychuk, who's had 2 braces this season, 1 against Vancouver.
Yeka assessing her options in front of her, not many. Montreal doing well to get back and stay organized.
So first, it was Camila Reyes going down, and then Mimi Alidou also rolling on top. Watch the turn of events here. So a little bit of contact there.
Not sure what initially caused Reyes to go down. There wasn't much contact from Alidou. But obviously it didn't feel nice to have Alidou land on top of her afterwards. But the initial slip, I'm not quite sure why she went to ground.
Each team with 16 shots in this match. Montreal with 6 shots on target, 4 of those goals.
That ball somehow trickling through all the way down to Karpenko, missing all of the Vancouver Rise players.
Still time, and there will be possibly some longer stoppage time in the first half, given some of the injuries, including to Yuka Okamoto, who was taken off by a stretcher here in the second half for Vancouver. Wasik. Now Yeka. To Filippo.
It's well anticipated there from Paczerski.
Incredible, just flies in Paczerski. And now you've got 4 Roses, 3 defenders. Boychuk maybe got a toe on it, but McCaslin the stop.
She makes contact, but just not enough to really test McCaslin. But the little partnership between a player like Paczerski and Alidou, and then having players like a Bennett or a Boychuk up top is, I mean, it asks for trouble for anybody that is playing up and against them.
In comes Jamie Perreault. Was brought on as Okamoto left the pitch. Sauvé trying to communicate with her team. To Filippo with a cross. What a battle right now, as we see Mbala in the mix for the Roses. Long pass ahead, but out come the Roses. Reyes. To go inside the box, Seto, who scored the most recent goal.
Not a quality enough delivery.
And the Roses make something happen here. Fresh off the throw in, Abdou! Goal! Latifa Abdou strikes. It is just a 1-goal game. The 3rd goal for Vancouver, and Latifa Abdu off the bench makes a difference.
And it starts from Francois doing what she needs to do, gets this ball in, bad clearance from Capadonna, and Abdu does everything to make sure she gets on the end of that, takes a touch, and is able to line herself up and find the back of the net. Latifa Abdu making an impact since she has stepped into this match, Daniela.
Third goal of the season. I mean, it really did feel like Abdu was going to find some sort of way buzzing around, but doesn't it feel like a different match now? We've got 7 combined goals, just a 1-goal difference. Every point counts on the table. A draw worth 1 each for a side, or a full-on victory is worth 3. Right now, Rose is still in position to come away with the win. We'll have a minimum of 4 minutes stoppage time when we get there, as Abdu's shot goes wide. I should also say that the 7 goals have all been scored by 7 different players. Abdu has had to miss the last few games. And it is Abdu's first ever goal against her former side. We talked about the fact that she started with Montreal, the NSL's first season. She did come over to Vancouver in the latter half of that first season. She scored Montreal's first ever game winner on this field against the Rise.
Chersky doing well there to intervene, making sure Abdu's not able to get onto it.
Seto. We're into the 2nd minute now of stoppage time. And Abdu is looking to set up to Filippo. Perot for Reyes. That crowd section in the back there is has been able to get a touch on the ball a few times. Alidou was sitting on that game winner had they been able to maintain a 2-goal lead. Right now it's Anne-Valerie Seto's first career goal in the NSL. It's making the difference. Been a lot of bite in this Bark in the Park game when you consider the scoring touch for both sides. Second time this season that Vancouver's been able to put up 3 goals against the Roses. The first time it was a 3-2 win. This is the 3rd time Montreal has been able to score 4 or more against Vancouver.
Letting them down.
Paquin taking it away. Taking up that time.
It's an interesting choice to strike it down the pitch when you are trying to run down that time and give it back to the opponent is not necessarily the smartest play. Not sure if she was trying to catch McCaslin off her line, but she wasn't anywhere near the goal.
Could it be a costly mistake? Perot in step with Pierre-Louis. Perot, Pierre-Louis! Incredible defense in her NSL debut. Both teams able to score in each half. The first 3 goals coming within the first 17 minutes. What a treat for all these fans at Swangard Stadium.
See Pechersky heading down to that corner flag, just looking to wind down the clock, as we just mentioned, Daniela.
It's a minimum of 4 minutes. And that is full time. Montreal keeps to its winning ways on the road and pick up their 3rd victory over Vancouver. A big 4-3 win, good for 3 points in the standings. And what a ride it was out on the West Coast. Vancouver getting the first goal, back and forth it went. Jess, I mean, we never know quite what to expect, but I had a feeling we would see goals, and we got treated today.
And that we did, Daniela. And I thought in that first half, we spoke about how the Rise was the better side despite Montreal having majority of that possession. It's a tough one for them, but I think in the second half, Montreal really came out and played into their strengths, their ability to possess the ball. They did well to stretch this Vancouver side, who was very good at keeping tight in between their lines and within their lines. But again, the ball movement and the movement off the ball from this Montreal side, they did well to threaten in all areas. And ultimately, they walked away with the win because they were more clinical with their chances.
This is the 8th win of the season for the Roses. 5 of them now have come on the road. Just incredible stuff. They will be heading back home next week, and the homestand will continue for Vancouver. But how about this? In the second half, it was tied at 2.
And you see Pechersky, she drives forward. She recognizes that overlapping run coming from Thibault. Alidou is where she needs to be, gets that first touch off and strikes that so beautifully into that right corner with her left boot. Just an absolutely beautiful finish, great technique. And I mean, she was knocking on the door, Daniela. She was already involved in the 2 earlier goals. And then we see the second goal from Montreal. Ball gets put across again from Pechersky, and you see Seto for her first ever NSL goal at that back post. Great touch to bring it down and strikes it right by McCaslin. Really exciting moment for her. But when you look at the Vancouver side, they fought to that final minute, and that's a win in itself in one aspect. And you see Francois doing what she needs to do, wins that ball, drives forward. Capadonna with a really terrible clearance, and it lands right to the feet of Abdu, who strikes it so well. Powerful finish from her.
And gets her first goal against her former team. That's her 3rd of the season. And Valerie Seto, that first NSL goal now, the game winner in this one. Vancouver Rise end up winning the possession battle here ever so slightly in what was Montreal controlling the first half. Total shots also quite even along with those shots on target, but Montreal just simply more efficient. The better team tonight at Swangard Stadium. And here's how the standings shake out. You can see Montreal still trailing Ottawa, but now closing in a little tighter. Well ahead of AFC Toronto, 6 points now. Vancouver still sitting at 16 points on the season, just 1 behind Halifax. Let's take a look at the next game. That's right, Week 15 action continues Saturday. First game of a brand new month, Jess. Calgary Wild FC hosting AFC Toronto. Was the home and home. They fell to Toronto last night, so they're looking for some redemption and what could be their first win of the season.
I mean, this was an exciting match, Daniela. I'm so glad that we got to sit here and call it together because my goodness, did we get goals and we got excitement, and that's what the NSL is all about.
A fast start, just 3 minutes in from Lopez, then Pechersky, Ularbi, and so many more. Celebration for the visiting Montreal Roses coming away with this win, 4-3. Bark in the park, we all win. Jess Lisi, on behalf of Jess Lisi, our entire production team, I'm Daniela Ponicelli, wishing you good night. We'll see you soon in the Northern Super League.